trained with a lot of world-class fighters who come through Las Vegas, like Chad Dawson and Las Vegas native Ishe Smith. He's even sparred with Floyd Mayweather.
So Mayweather, Floyd has 4 fighters here tonight?
Yeah, he's got a young, growing stable, and he's serious about the promotional business. And Arias, who is of Cuban descent and has a crowd-pleasing style, as we can see here, he lets his hands go.
Right away.
He has promise as not just a boxer, but maybe a ticket seller in certain markets.
And just to reiterate, this is only his second pro fight for Arias.
That's right. He turned pro on the undercard of the Abner Mares Anselmo Moreno card at Staples Center in Los Angeles last year. He looked very good in his pro debut, and he looks very good tonight. He basically showed the difference between a club fighter and a fighter who had an extensive amateur background, because Robertson came to this fight undefeated, depending on what records you believed,
right.
2-0 or 3-0, but he's from Lynchburg, Virginia, and he's just somebody who fought on the Virginia club circuit. He's never been on the level of boxing that Arias is on.
In other words, in the red corner, club fighter. In the blue corner,
prospect.
Right.
And Arias doesn't waste punches. Everything he throws lands, but he's still busy. He's moving in, he's moving out of range, and whenever he's in range, he lets his hands go and he lands. He lands the jab. He's actually a pretty good body puncher.
And perhaps it's a political, diplomatic way of talking about a relationship, but Bay was indicating that he really feels comfortable with the Mayweathers. The fact that they seem to really take interest in his career, and then he's seen other managers just kind of go to boxing events and just mingle and just kind of do the networking thing instead of paying attention to what the fighter is doing. So he feels like he's well backed up, as does Arias.
Yeah, well, the difference between the Mayweathers and most managers and promoters, with the exception of Oscar De La Hoya with Golden Boy Promotions,
thank you,
is that they're fighters.
Right.
Floyd Sr. was a fighter. Roger Mayweather was a fighter, 2-time world champion. Floyd Mayweather is still a fighter, and he's the #1 fighter pound for pound today. Just that, being affiliated with Floyd Mayweather for these young guys, and they've watched him grow up, and to be training in the same gym where he trains, that gives them a jolt. That gives them a reason to train harder and to look sharper, particularly when Mayweather is ringside.
Right, like Arias is, they're trying to put on a show for him, and Arias is just attacking the body big time. He is just going to town, trying to debilitate Robertson. We'll be back. All right, we're back. Round 2, scheduled for a maximum of 6 rounds between local boy Luis Arias against Joshua Robertson from Lynchburg, Virginia.
And between rounds, Arias' trainer, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, who's a former light heavyweight champ, said the left hook is always going to be there. Keep tapping him to the left hook every time you get that opening. And Arias is nailing him with the right to the body, so he's open on both sides. But Eddie Mustafa Muhammad was a very good body puncher in his day. Really the golden age of light heavyweights. And you see here, Arias is just as comfortable pounding away on the inside when he has his opponents against the ropes as he is when he's in the center of the ring. And he's boxing and punching from more long range and mid range. And now he's just punishing Robertson.
Yeah, he's just...
Robertson is not punching back. He's getting hit with flush shots to the side of the head, to the solar plexus, to his rib cage, to his hips, everywhere. He's getting nailed on his arms. It's getting harder and harder for Robertson just to try to be in survival mode.
Right at this point, Robertson is just trying to survive this. Doesn't want to call it in. And speaking of, 702 area code on the trunks of Arias. That's, of course, Las Vegas. And then 414 in the rear of his trucks.
Yeah, that's got to be Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly. That's Wisconsin. Yeah.
That's right. And I can't believe Robertson lasted this long, because he has just done nothing this entire second round but absorb punishment.
And most of the time, look where his guard is. Look where his arms.
Now, he can't hold his arms up. He's just taking too much of a beating, and maybe he never had that kind of defensive technique to begin with.
He's just exhausted, and after all this punishment, he can barely protect himself, which is an issue for him at this point.
He finally holds there, but Arias has already decided that he wants to end this fight.
That was flush to the face, and I don't know how this kid's still standing. Here's some more punishment.
Yeah, somebody needs to throw in the towel, because Robertson cannot protect himself. He's very tough. He's very game. Tip of the hat to him, but this is a sport. These aren't gladiators, and we don't want him to get seriously hurt.
Yeah, and that's it.
Referee Jay Nady rightfully stopped the fight, even though Robertson was still on his feet.
Yeah, maybe even gave him a little extra breathing room.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that he was undefeated, won his first 2 professional fights,
Right.
so maybe giving him a chance to try to turn things around. But based on the way things were going, there was no way of that happening.
It had to be stopped for his own good.
So, how do you like young Luis Arias?
I like him. I like him a lot. He's got the good amateur background. He's in a boxing mecca here in Las Vegas, where he's going to get great work in the gym.
Yeah,
he's got
surrounded
great
by
teachers.
good people. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a former light heavyweight champ teaching him. He's got the Mayweathers, Roger and Floyd Mayweather Sr., and who knows, maybe even Floyd Mayweather Jr. sometimes gives him some tips. So he's just going to grow, and he's going to learn. And he's an exciting fight. He's swinging haymakers here. I mean, he comes to fight, he comes to punch, he comes to knock his opponent out. And if you can take it, he keeps dishing it out, as we're seeing here with these replays. Nice jab, lands the right hand. And, there's work to be done with this technique. He can sharpen up a little bit more. He needs to work on his balance a little bit.
Had it been a different opponent, he wouldn't have gotten that much work done tonight. So, in a way, he can be grateful that Robertson was durable.
Very tough. Lynchburg, Virginia tough. he took a licking and kept on ticking until the referee said that was enough.
All right, Jake Gutierrez now has all the information.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes, 48 seconds of the second round, referee Jay Nady stops this contest. The winner by TKO victory. He is still undefeated from Las Vegas, Nevada, Luis Arias.
All right.
I want to see more of
Arias.
Yeah, definitely.